He just did it. So like pretty much while you're soft resetting by holding an XB start on the controller, and then press Y at a very specific time, you can actually break the Y button so that it does not show up, and they are off.
Wait, so can you? Did he do? He didn't do the map glitch in training room though, did he?
No, yeah, he did it a different way. I've VMan3000 actually told me about that way. You can do it off of Toad as well. I normally do that all the time now.
Looks like we'll be off, and I'm expecting the Area 1 to be very similar between these two players. I'm actually, you know, I really hope they're neck and neck the whole time to make it really interesting.
Sorry, I'm currently trying to sync everything so it's all good. Alright, we're all synced. We're good.
Oh yeah.
Pretty slow. You know what? Maybe Bobby had better candles than Rubbertoe.
He might have been. It might also be because of the way they suck up the ghosts. So there is a slightly faster way. If you might be noticing, sometimes the ghost goes in a wave motion, and rather sometimes it goes in a twirl motion. Now, you can kind of manipulate the ghosts to go in a twirl motion by wiggling the control stick back and forth, or in a very specific direction, depending on your direction at the current point in time. And in doing so, it's just slightly faster, especially when you do it on all the ghosts. It saves some time, like maybe like a second or so. But they have a frame perfect key grab, pretty much. That was amazing.
Completely synced with each other there. I mean, even now looking at it, they were really close to each other.
Yeah, definitely. It's Area 1, so there's not too much that can go wrong in here unless if you miss a double or something.
Yeah, no, they're past that part, so now all they have to do is stick up these portrait ghosts.
They're both being Neville. That's...
You know what, they might be it. Yeah, about the same.
So close right now, this is great. So yeah, this is the part of the game where you're first introduced to these portrait ghosts, which are different from the other ghosts that you've just seen previously. They each have 100 HP, they've got their own personality, and they got something that'll make them show their heart. And you can pretty much figure out what it is by, if you're doing a casual playthrough, you can scan their heart with the Game Boy Horror, and try to figure out what might make them, show their heart, what might make them set them off, pretty much. Yeah, I know, it doesn't really matter what audio we're on right now because it's all the same. Bobby missing that was a bit rough.
Cost me about a second.
Yeah. That beautiful sync. Rip Bible Thump. Yeah, so they're pretty much about a second. Rubbertoe with a 2-cycle Chauncey can get a 553, and Bobby can get either a high 54 or a low 555.
Oh.
So yes, this is the first boss ghost, Chauncey, and okay, so what Rubber... Yeah, he just got it so that because he stood in a certain spot and had his vacuum at a certain angle, like almost all the way up, and then pulled back at like the last second, he was able to grab the ball, put it right in the vacuum, and that's actually really consistent. You can get them in as low as 2 cycles. One cycle is currently unknown. It was theorized to possibly be true, but it has yet to be proven. And
the lowest it's ever gotten is 2 HP from the test.
Yeah. So they just got a second cycle there, and the second cycle they intentionally took damage so they can have invincibility frames, and they knocked on the wall. And the reason why they want to have invincibility frames and prolong it by knocking on the wall is because you can just grab the ball, put it in the vacuum, instead of you getting hit by the ball and taking some damage. So it's a bit faster. Still only like a couple seconds apart though, so it's still really close, but it's only Area 1 though, so we have RNG. RNG could help Bobby by about 10 seconds here very soon, or it might be at a disadvantage, or they might be just tied still.
Hopefully we don't see RNG to screw either of these players over. You know, I'm actually curious to see if any of these runners picked up any money. I don't believe either of them dodged any pearls.
Rubbertoe got something, but Bobby is low
Bobby
percent.
got low percent. Oh.
Getting him just a little bit more time, a little bit more of a fraction of a second. So, what we mean by low percent is that when you grab certain money, or just when you grab money in general, at the end of each area, at the end of each boss, there'll be a money counter, which will show you how much you have. And if you have no money whatsoever, it'll just skip that completely, saving like another fraction of a second. Now, in Area 1, you can avoid money, but like, and still go fast. But then there's those times where you just get it, you can't really help it, but it's not even that much faster.
Bobby missing the double there. That's unfortunate. Didn't look like he got his light on to Ghost Fighter.
Oof.
That loses about maybe around 2-3 seconds, something like that. Missing that double. Nah, longer than that. So pretty much we're moving into the ballroom, which would it can be considered like the hardest. They're just one of the hardest rooms to do in the mansion, just because these Shy Guys can be really, really hard to optimize. Because you can choose to opt to pull off these Ghosts masks a little slower for the doubles, but it loses quite a bit of time if you're not, you know, being speedy about it.
So Rubbertoe just got early release. The floating world in this boss here, this portrait ghost here, can show their heart 10 seconds earlier, and Bobby also gets it, so they are both on the same plane. They didn't. There's no disadvantage from RNG from the first bit.
Bobby still hasn't picked up any pearls. You know, maybe we could see a low percent.
Ooh. Did you just casually get the low percent world record live on Speed Gaming?
Oh no, please don't hit him. No.
Oh, the poison mushroom, oof.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
Oh, God.
And that poison mushroom spawned because it was in that corner. He used the vacuum, so he accidentally interacted with the bucket in the back, and sometimes he can spawn a poison mushroom. And the reason why he was there in the first place was, you might have seen that they put their vacuum through the wall and just pulled on something. What they did there was a thing called poster skip, which was found by Jared's Giants in B-Man 2000. and they found that you could start setting up the poster from a ways away, and then later found that you could just put your vacuum to the wall and set up the poster there before you pull the wall back, which is like a few seconds faster.
So pretty much we've released all the boos into the mansion. There is 50 of them, but for this category we only need to catch 40 of them. Because after, or like to progress certain parts of the game, you only need to have a certain amount of boos in your vacuum to actually like progress the story. So for this small little section that we're seeing Rubbertoe go through, we only need to catch 5 boos to actually progress the story. Oh, that's unfortunate. Maybe
so Rubbertoe
will get lucky and get a text skip.
So Rubbertoe tried to go for text skip, and every time you he can. So every time you suck up a boo, and then right after you suck up a boo, you suck up a cloth, like a tablecloth. It will register that the last thing that was stuck into the vacuum was the cloth, so it will skip EGAD's text, especially if it's faster for the first boo, because EGAD gives you some longer text. Since it's your first one, so he's like, wow, you got your first one. And Bobby, while the boo was not in the right place that he would have wanted him to be in, he still got the text skip, so...
I don't know what Bobby's doing.
I guess he got confused for a second there as to where the boo was.
Losing a lot of time to these boo finds. A lot of people don't realize it, but a majority of time loss that people get is actually just finding these boos. Fortunately for Bobby, that didn't take him too long to find that boo.
Yeah, they can show you sometimes. They can be, you can be on one side of the room and they can just switch to another item. So you'd have to go all the way to the other side of the room in order to find the boo. And at the same time, there are boos that are hiding in an item. There's also a decoy, and the decoy is either a boo ball or a bomb. It depends on which room. It depends on which room it is. The decoy in each room is always set. It's not RNG, but it wouldn't really matter anyways.
Seems like Rubbertoe is doing pretty good on finding these boos. Actually, both runners are doing okay.
And they seem to have got a 12:47 first 5 boo suck-ups, which is not too bad actually. Especially for his skill level, it's not bad.
Oh yeah.
So what you're pretty much seeing them do here is it looks a little odd since we're intentionally letting the grabbers grab onto us, but this is actually really useful to us because if we let the grabbers intentionally grab onto us, we can actually shake them off quite quickly. And since we can do that, we could just let them grab onto us and shake them off into the other grabber and get a quick double.
And what Bobby just did right there was a faster strat involving catching the boo at the same time you catch the fire medallion, and in doing so you can actually get the fire element. You can enable that. And you can also save some time because you can save warp from the Boo, because Egad will call you even when you have the fire medallion in your hand. He will call you so you can save and reset, and it saves more time because for one, you don't have to talk to Egad, and two, you don't have to escape the room by lighting some candles. It also helps out with this butler here in the hallway. Depending on how well you do the fortune teller room with the candles, most of the time with this strat you can get the butler all the way on the right side of the hallway, and Bobby looks like he's gonna have, yeah, pretty much right side. It was a little bit further down the hallway, but not by much.
Wow, just
wow.
getting the chest cutscene skip. So pretty much there in that room, actually every time a room, you light up a room and a chest is supposed to spawn in there, it'll play a little animation that hands over to the chest in the room, and during this cutscene Luigi can't move, so if you can't move that loses time. If you pick up an item such as a gem or one of Mario's items, at a certain time while the chest is spawning into the room, you can actually skip that cutscene. And Rubbertoe just barely got it. Interesting choice to grab the key then for Bobby.
Bobby's going to burn all these 4 ghosts and get a safe quad, but it's a lot better than risking it and try to get a fast quad. Oh, the Boo moved right to the chest, so that's good RNG for him. He could tell just by the way the radar was blinking on top of the Game Boy Color in the bottom right corner of the screen. When it starts getting red, then that's when you know the Boo's right there in that object. So right here, Rubbertoe is actually at a portrait named Melody Pianissima, and after you activate all arrangements which play the Super Mario Bros. Overworld theme, she will give you a mini game where she'll play either 1 or 2 songs, and you have to guess which one it is. And it's either the Super Mario Bros. Underwater theme or the Super Mario Bros. 3 Athletic theme. If you get the Super Mario Bros. 3 Athletic theme, it only wastes a third of a second because each time you get the a song, there are 3 options, and if you get water, it's always the first option, and if you get Super Mario Bros. 3, it's always the second or the third option, the one on the bottom. So it only wastes a third of a second because you have to hit Control Stick up and then A rather than just mashing A.
See how not bad RNG for Bobby. Pretty much going for the same strat with the key here for both of them.
Yeah.
It's a little slow, but it's not a big deal.
As long as I get it.
So, as you just saw, Rubbertoe just picked up this giant blue medallion, and this is actually the second element of the game, the water element, and we'll be using this to extinguish the fire that's in this leftover over here. Other than that, it's not horribly useful.
Also, the Boo just switched from the table to the cabinet right here and all the way to the right. And that's another example of Boo being a troll, is you could be on the one side of the room and you're about to interact with the object, and then you can just switch to another object on the other side of the room.
Oh, nice RNG for Bobby. So pretty much for this room, the RNG you want is for you to extinguish the fire on that left door over there, and then have the Boo right in that dishwasher. So pretty much here, for this portrait ghost, Spooky the dog, you're gonna dodge his two charge attacks, his first two ones, and you're actually gonna get intentionally bit on the third one and shake him off real quick because it lets the skeleton that I guess in the outside area there spawn a little bit faster, and also puts Spooky in a better position for when you suck him up.
Also, I don't know if you guys were just watching, but on Rubbertoe's side, when he was trying to get that skeleton double, one of the skeletons still had the animation going on while he was trying to stun him with the flashlight. That can happen. I think that's a frame perfect trick. That's happened to me before. I'm not sure exactly why it works, but I'm just thinking it's probably like once again, the frame perfect thing. It really didn't hinder him any, because when he tried to throw the bone wouldn't actually throw, I guess, because he was still in like stun mode, technically.
So pretty much for this area boss fight, you gotta suck up those big black clones of Bogmire, and you gotta shoot them. Oh wow, broke off.
Oh, this can put Bobby at an advantage. Oh, Bobby can actually pull ahead here if he one cycle.
He's got decent control.
Well, almost. They're a lot closer now, definitely, from that 2 cycle from over.
So this area boss can actually be really difficult to one cycle sometimes, just because he pulls back against Luigi so much that it can be hard to control him. If you don't have any control, he'll just break off your vacuum. I think they're only about like 2 or 3 seconds apart right now. But after Area 2, it could get really like, I could start deviating quite far apart just because Area 3 and 4 are quite difficult. Especially some of the boos in Area 3 can be pretty annoying.
So now we're learning of Mario's unfortunate circumstance, both at the same time pretty much. They're probably quite shocked, but now they're even more determined than ever to rescue Mario.
You know, I remember when I played this game when I was a kid, I could never, like, it took me so long to ever get that key out of the treadmill. I don't know why I could never position myself to get that. So pretty much here, for some reason, when you splash the water on the ceiling in that specific spot, there's actually a door on fire above it, and for some reason when you shoot the water up there, it can actually just go through that door. Which is convenient for us, because it's faster.
Oh yeah.
So now we have all three elements, the fire, water, and ice, and the ice will help us, again, with more torture ghosts and such.
Fortunately for Bobby, that boo is right in front of him.
Oh,
actually.
It should be.
Oh,
okay, yeah,
no.
he's definitely switched, so... Okay, so I guess he's all in the left.
All the way in the left.
All the way in the left. Okay, that sucks.
Yeah, I hate it when the boo's in there. Literally, like, the worst spot, too.
Especially considering you can also, in this room, go for a tech skip with one of the tablecloths, but when it's over on the left, sometimes it might not work, but people are back, it might work.
Just from, you know, the way that, like, if Bobby gets bad RNG in Nana's room, that can send him pretty far behind, or if Rubbertoe gets bad RNG in Nana's room, that can actually let Bobby catch up quite a bit. Just because in this next room, it's so large, and there's, like, if the boo isn't exactly, like, oh wow.
Oh, Rubbertoe accidentally failed Nana, so Bobby's now in the lead by a little bit.
Well, that's, if Bobby doesn't mess this up, I don't think he will.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Solar recently I've also been having trouble with Nana, but I kind of figured it out.
Actually, Rubbertoe's head again. Just a little bit. Oh, wow.
Okay, so...
Oh, wow, no, he's in the table.
Let's hope that Bobby's isn't... Okay, no, now...
Wow.
Rubbertoe is back in the lead just like that. See, that's what RNG can do. You can fail something, but an RNG can pull you right back.
Yeah, no, just this room specifically, if you get bad RNG.
Oh, and wow. Bobby's boot went into the hallway. Oh, that is really bad.
I think he just missed an R pump.
Let's hope he goes back into Nana's room. That'd be the optimal. Okay, I don't think he went. So, what Bobby's gonna have to do right now, he's gonna have to get the boo in area 4. Oh, he's right here. Okay, so yeah, he's not even gonna bother with it. He's just gonna go through this room as normal. He's gonna have to get that boo, like I said, in the last area, area 4, which will put him again behind a bit. Yeah, that really sucks.
Really is a lot of time.
Yeah, so either he missed an R pump or he auto-locked an pearl, as HD said. Really anything could have been the problem. It might have even been as simple as him moving the C-stick a little bit. Unfortunate mistake, but he's gonna have to work through it. He's gonna want to hope that Rubbertoe gets really bad RNG for a bunch of these other rooms, and not only that, but he's also gonna want him to choke quite a bit on the third boss.
Right now,
so,
Rubbertoe's got a huge lead.
Yeah. But again, it can all change. You never know. This is live. Anything can happen.
Just gotta hope he gets Van Gore-Tex from the rest of the boos.
Yeah. The world's unluckiest man gets Van Gore-Tex for every boo, even ones where Van Gore-Tex is not even supposed to happen yet. Rubbertoe got just shot the moon first try.
Actually, I think Bobby's angle was good when it came down. That's interesting.
And he almost had it. That little judgment he made with the slightly sticking to the left. That was not quite right. Okay, he can still get this by Not by much, but he still got it.
It's unfortunate.
Sometimes you can be unsure as to whether your angle is good enough or not to shoot the moon. So sometimes you might second guess yourself and move it a bit in another direction, but then it end up being wrong. You never know.
That moonshot can be kind of tricky. Can take a little bit to set up that angle, especially like if you're not used to it. Missing it definitely misses a lot of time. It misses about 10 seconds or something like that. You miss a moonshot.
Yeah, around that.
Right now, Rubbertoe's actually playing really well. Like, he hasn't, you know, he's been playing pretty cleanly. Not anything too major other than the Nana's yarn balls. Maybe Bobby secretly knows how to do Great Balloon Boomerang Cycle.
Oh yeah.
See what Bobby does here, actually. I'm curious to see if he goes for anti-room first to see if he can grab the boo there, if he's just gonna grab it some other time or substitute the boo.
I feel like it'd be faster for him to just get it in Area 4. Yeah, he's gonna do that. Because even if like he goes to the ant room and he tries to check for it, but the boo's not there, then I'll lose him even more time. So he's just gonna want to play it safe and do that.
Still, this is anybody's game at this point. We still have Area 4 coming after this area. So pretty much to find the twins in these boxes, you can either choose to put your vacuum on it and try sucking it up, or you could spray an element on it, and either of these will cause the box with the twin in it to shake. Ooh, maybe Bobby will get a good boo find here. Okay, so we're gonna be setting up like the second most common text skip. I don't know if you could consider this one the most common, but so pretty much
yeah.
what Rubbertoe just did was he sucked up the bedcloth a little bit and he let it hang off just enough where if he were to put his vacuum back on it again, it would just get sucked up immediately. So when he went to go catch the boo, during when the boo was going into his vacuum, he just walked back into the cloth, and after sucking up the boo, he sucked up not the tablecloth, but the bedcloth, which skips the dad's text. And here in this room, it can actually save quite a bit of time, just because Lydia's room is really laggy, and when this game lags, it causes the game just to slow down, and if you have like a text box or something while the game is slowed down, it just makes the text scroll a lot slower.
So yeah, now we're here, and both runners are doing about a minute and a half of mashing. It's 15 seconds faster in Japanese, however, compared to US or PAL. Although PAL cannot be compared to any of these because PAL Hidden Mansion is quite different. But yeah, pretty much in overall, Japanese saves about 20 seconds as opposed to the US Hidden Mansion. Not only that, with Japanese, you don't take double damage compared to US Hidden Mansion. So that's also another perk of using it.
Oh, that's a really nice suck up.
Oh, that boo cackled a lot, but he still got him. So, yes. Another thing that probably should also be mentioned, for all these boos here, they stood in place while we were sucking them up, compared to in a normal playthrough you would walk around with them trying to suck up all their HP, and in doing so, what you basically can do is you hold L and then hold R for every 10 HP, and then after the 10 HP you quickly let go of and repress R, and then hold it for another 10 HP, so on and so forth. And that is what's known as boo pumping, the R pumping, and every time you do that, the boo will cackle, and each boo has 15 cackles, so at most you'd be looking at about 150 HP, sucking it up just from R pumps. Although 200 HP boos can be manipulated to get one cycle. That's the reason why they're staying in the same spot. Seems like every time I comment that out, I just forget about R pumping.
I think everybody forgets about it.
Yeah, Minnie usually helps me reminds me of it in chat.
It's actually kind of, I don't know, just not something to really think about. It's just something we do. Ooh, that boo's falling really high. So pretty much when the boo flies high, it can actually be a little concerning, just because the boo can cackle twice really fast if he's flying up high, just because he's a little too far from Luigi's vacuum. Ooh, he almost missed that. Garbage Ghost. He slipped on the banana. Wow, that was
just for comical relief, he didn't really lose much time off of that, if at all. So here's the third boss, Boo Losses, which is essentially 15 boos comprised into one giant boo. And it's quite hard to do with, especially when you first start playing this game casually. But with this, we have a very specific setup that we do. We like to first we run to the right side, get the ice element, and then go all the way to the left towards, in a straight line towards the other unicorn with ice in it. And at some point, we have to let go of R and hold L a little bit, and then spray ice, and then shoot an ice ball once we're at the unicorn. So then we can get most, if not all, of the boosts right there, and Rubbertoe is going to get a 2-cycle. Okay, so that puts Bobby just a little bit more of an advantage. I guess he was trying to let him hurt himself instead, just by hopping onto the unicorn's horn, but I guess not. So he's gonna get his 2-cycle. So again, gives Bobby a little bit more advantage. Hopefully, we can see a 1-cycle from him.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That 2-cycle can lose quite a bit of time.
It depends on the way you walk and how long you take, and also it's also kind of RNG, I guess you could consider. And this looks like a definitely 2-cycle. Yeah. All right. That was like 6, maybe 7 boos left. So he's not having a fun time right now, unfortunately. I think there was 7.
He might even 3-cycle if it's not good. He's gotta do this fast. So pretty much if Luigi's facing the opposite direction of the boos, it actually can aggro them to discharge you. And pretty much he's abusing that right now to intentionally face away from the boos to try and get them to charge him.
But a lot of them just wanted to stay in the same spot. They didn't want to actually try to get near him. In order for them to attack you, can't just spray ice constantly because they'll fly away after there's so many boos left. So you kind of want to just like be look vulnerable a little bit. You want to face away from them and be a bit of a distance away as well, so that they can attack you. And at the last second, when they're about to attack you, you move away and spray ice. And also keep in mind that Bobby also has to go and back into Nana's room to get the boo, which is going to lose him a bit more time, which is really... It's really unfortunate right now. He's going to want Rubbertoe to majorly fail Area 4 right now.
Yeah, no, Rubbertoe would have to lose a lot of time here in Area 4 for Bobby to catch back up. Especially since Bobby is missing that 1 boo.
Mario.
I'm still curious if Bobby's gonna opt to go and grab Nana Boo or just grab something like Hyper and Boo since it's on the way.
I mean, he could, but at the same time it's also 300 HP, so it might lose him some more time just saying that, but I'm not positive, because at the same time you also have to walk a bit of a distance out of your way to get Nana Boo and walk back. So
especially since Nana Boo can screw you over since the room is so wide.
I'm not sure about that. There is a chance that it could be faster to get Piper and Boo 1-cycle, because Piper and Boo, it has 300 HP, but we can 1-cycle. That's the only Boo that can be 1-cycle with 300 HP. The reason why that is because he's so slow, you can basically bounce him back and forth. Instead of just R pumping constantly, you just drag him from one side of the room, then R pump so he goes the other side of the room, back and forth constantly to get 1-cycle. But he's going to go for a Nana Boo anyways, and he's not having good RNG with this anyways. Oh,
this is rough for him.
Yeah, this is. So Rubbertoe right now, he's in the blackout right now. The mansion's blacked out because lightning hit the top of the mansion, and he just sucked up Uncle Grimly, and Uncle Grimly is RNG depending on how long you have to wait for him to show his heart. Excuse me. But so he didn't have to wait too long, only like a couple seconds. You can either walk in right into the room and he'll show his heart right away, which is known as sometimes as Instagrim, and the longest known time for Grimly to show his heart is 47 seconds, which the current record for the longest one is held currently by HT Delta. It's actually quite ridiculous, but
it's like 47 seconds. I'd be so upset.
Yeah, that'd definitely be PB rip for most runners.
Imagine if he's still PB'd with the 47-second Grimly. That'd be quite a bit of time save. So it looks like Rubbertoe's gonna opt in and do this room safe. So in a certain setup, you can actually group those two ghosts up together in that room to get a double. Oh wow, he's spawning a poison mushroom. That's a little unfortunate.
And I guess his stream stopped. I don't know. Alright, it's back. It's fine.
Yeah, he didn't get hit by the poison mushroom. That is good.
Alright, let's see how Bobby's Uncle Grimly goes. Hopefully it's not too bad. So he does not get Instagram, but doesn't mean he can't get a fast one. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Only a couple seconds again. It's pretty much about how much Rubbertoe had to wait.
It's actually really nice RNG, or not RNG, a nice suck up on Grimly.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, here comes one of the harder parts of Area 4. It's just the split here, or just... I would consider everything after the rooftop key to be incredibly difficult in Area 4. This can definitely be one of the most difficult areas for all players, just because one of the portrait ghosts in this area is incredibly hard to one cycle, and there's two 150 health foos in this area, so you gotta be really, really precise with your R something. Ooh, maybe he'll get a double knife.
He wanted off for singles, he didn't want to risk it, and the poison mushroom's right there. If you hit a poison mushroom, it loses about 10 to 15 seconds because Luigi will be small for that amount of time, so we can't really interact with anything, so he has to wait until he goes back, but he did not hit the poison mushroom. So Rubbertoe is just gonna go for burning all these Shy Guys.
It's a little slower, but it's also the most common and safest strat to do.
As we walk over towards the ladder, for one being that the way the ghosts were, they could actually get closer to a double, so we can get them right away. And two, it's also, it doesn't really matter whether he would have got it at first anyways, a double, or just going to bring them to the ladder and then do it. It would have still cost the same amount of time, but I guess he just did that so he can guarantee a double.
This also can be one of the more challenging rooms in the mansion, just because there's so many objects in this room, it can actually lag really hard. Here's one of those 150 health foos in this area. It can be quite... this one's not so tricky, but it can be kind of annoying, especially...
If he goes high up, then yeah, he can double cackle, which can prevent the one cycle from happening, but he got a one cycle still, so it was kind of nice. I think Bobby's gonna go for Boston Burn. He gets Boston Burn. Nice. Alright, so Boston Burn is essentially when you burn all the Shy Guys just once, and then get them to group together by walking down a bit further, and then suck all their masks off, and get them all in a row, all in the same, like, 6 Shy Guy combo. And that was a strat found by the old school runner Boston Brew, hence why it's named the Boston Burn.
So in this room, the pipe room that Rubbertoe is in right now, you'll notice that we're actually not sucking up these ghosts because we actually don't need to light this room up. And if we light the room up or spend the time to get rid of these ghosts, it would actually lose a little bit of time. So we're just gonna opt for just grabbing the key and getting out of there. Wow, he actually got
so yeah.
Still. Wow.
That's only he got that because the icicle hit him and he still was holding L, so I guess the fire stream just kind of slightly glanced to the left, and he also got wrecked by the icicle once again.
Yeah, the icicles can kind of be a pain when you're trying to suck up the Weston. This is the one that's notoriously hard just because you're on the ice and he pulls back quite strongly. Since you're on the ice, it's kind of hard to control him. I'd actually let Bobby catch up quite a bit here. Ooh. So this is, I think, the hardest boo to do in this route. Or not. I think it's one of the harder boos, just because you're on the ice and it's just kind of hard to control that boo a little bit when you're on the ice. Actually, we're going to be coming up to one of my favorite rooms, the Van Gogh room. I just love the triples that are about to come up.
Yeah, it feels satisfying, especially when you... feels satisfying when you collect them.
Seems like Rubbertoe's actually having a really nice area for the most part. Other than Weston, this looks pretty nice for him. Ooh, just barely missing that. And getting hit, so the ghost is probably going to despawn. It's unfortunate. Ooh, I think Bobby got a double cackle on that boo. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, so he's gonna be getting an into cycle. The boo is just kind of like just chilling around for a second there. Not all his cackles were gone. Every time after you suck up all the HP with the 15 cackles. Every time he does the 15 cackles, he will just leave him at it immediately. You really can't do much about it. You can start sucking up some more HP as he's leaving, but that's about it. So Bobby's just gonna go back to the attic because it's a bit faster. Since he's already in cellar room, there'd be no point in save warping.
Oh,
127
wow.
for the first cycle, that's really good actually.
You got the Buddha Boomerang too. Really
I
nice.
generally usually get him down to like 130 something, and I think that's pretty good, but like, wow.
That's a really nice Vangor boo for Rubbertoe.
So Rubbertoe's gonna get about like a low to possibly mid 59.
I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be more of a mid 59. Wow, it's a pretty nice run for Rubbertoe. Considering if he 2 cycles King Boo.
Meanwhile, Bobby is getting these triples. The driver goes triple being subjectively the hardest one, and he gets it. Nice, nice. Just because of the way their hitboxes work, it's kind of weird.
Oh, wait.
So Rubbertoe just spawned the Sapphire, but it really didn't do anything because he just did it just for the memes. Bobby just got slightly pushed there by Vangor, but it really didn't do anything.
At this point, he's secured that mid 59 with the 2 cycle.
Gets him down to 143. He can still 2 cycle this Boo. Meanwhile, Rubbertoe was at King Boo, and he can be cleared in 2 cycles as well. So he's gonna want to get the Boo down to at least around 250 HP or lower. And then from there, we can finish him off in the 2nd cycle. 247. So he can still 2 cycle. Yeah.
Even with the slow 3, you should still 59. A little far from King Boo, but I think he's going to the side. Okay, there we go. He's this, I think.
No, he was walked away from him a bit, so yeah, he's gonna be getting a 3 cycle, so he doesn't seem too happy about that with the Game Boy Horror spam. Seizure warning. And he's quite close to Bowser.
No!
Oh, he's gonna get sucked up by Bowser. He's gonna get a 1 hour time. He's gonna get like a 1 hour 1x. or 1 hour 2x.
Wow.
Gonna get about 1 hour 10.
Still finished strong.
Gonna
That's
get
pretty
a 1 hour 10. Okay. And now we have Bobby.
Should be finishing up here soon. You should probably be, I think from the time you start talking to him, it's about, what? How much time? 2 minutes almost?
Okay, so apparently Bobby's audio is not quite working, so we're gonna switch back to Rubbertoe. I'm not sure why his audio is not working properly for this thing,
Oh yeah.
but we're just gonna live with it. So just pretend, just like you heard with Rubbertoe's side, that things are going on. Spooky things are gonna go on, and yeah, he's gonna fight Bowser and have a fun time. So if Rubbertoe may wish to do an interview right now, he can do so. Just hop on in the voice chat.
See if Bobby gets a nice one cycle, or first cycle here.
Although
That's
actually,
pretty good for him so far. Actually, he's staying pretty nice and close.
I don't think
253.
Rubbertoe has is in the server. I can go ahead in one second if he wants.
Let's see how Bobby handles this. He's moving around a little fast. He needs to stay a bit closer. Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna get that. Oh no, oh wow, 3 HP. He just needed to stay a little bit closer to him during the earlier parts of doing damage to him. Three HP for 3 cycle.
Rubbertoe should be coming here in any moment now.
Oh, hello, Rubbertoe. How are you doing, dude?
Oh, I was muted.
Oh,
Okay.
it's all good. So, how do you feel after that race?
Honestly, I'm surprised just because I haven't even played this game in a while.
No, you had a really nice run there.
Yeah, I was really surprised, honestly.
You played pretty well throughout the whole thing.
Also, hello, Bobby.
Hello.
How do you feel after that race?
I had a decent area 1 and 2, and then after Nanaboo, my run fell apart, and it's probably the worst run I've ever done in about 2 years.
Oof.
So there's that. Also, yeah. Also, I appreciate the shit talking chat.
Yeah, that was fun to watch.
Yeah,
So,
that
what
was.
do you feel like you had any like nerves through the race, Bobby, or do you just?
No, I just played horrible.
Definitely
after
understandable.
area 3. Also, Rubber played amazing. Even if I played good, I wouldn't have beat him.
Yeah, no, Rubber was playing very, very well
Yeah.
through most of it.
I think I had a good area 2, and I think he's still in the lead there.
Yeah, you guys actually were really close to each other throughout Area 1 and Area 2.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a sign I should come back to this game.
Yeah, Rubber played really good.
I need a 58, man.
Come on, come back.
I'm down.
I mean, you should have had a 59 too, and that's crazy. You've only done like 3 runs or something.
Yeah, man, that stupid King Boo just decided to leave last 15 health or something. That was dumb.
Yeah.
And then I got comboed because he ate me up, and then he used his fire breath. Terrible.
Yeah, that was quite the
You
unfortunate
still
combo.
would have had the 59 if you didn't get comboed. Like, maybe.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like at all during your run, Rubbertoe, that you had any nerves? Because you were actually on PB pace for a little bit.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. I was fucking shaking, honestly.
Honestly, you pulled through and you finished very strong. It was very nice and fun to watch you run. It was. I was wondering if you're gonna PB. I think some people in chat were even saying you're on 58 pace.
Oh, was I? I don't even know, man.
I mean, maybe not after Van Gore, but during like Area 3.
It looked like you were at a lot of the points.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, congratulations once again, Rubbertoe. You'll be moving on to round 3 against either Snap32 or Caleb Celtics fan. Meanwhile, Bobby, you'll be moving on to the losers bracket against Hexblaze. So yeah, that'll be something. So yeah.
I think that does it for us, unless either one of the runners wants to say anything more.
Good race.
Yeah, GG, man.
Yeah. Alright, well, yeah, thank you guys for watching, and there will be another race tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time between myself and HT Delta on the OG Speed Gaming channel, so that'll be fun. I gotta practice, but yeah. So thank you guys for watching. I've been Glitch PhD.
And I've been Beater Ban, and I'm looking forward to see you guys in the next race.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yep. Peace.
Alright guys, take care.